Since these are a little iffy, I just always have to see if people can hear me because I've had a few lives where they can't. So just give me a moment while I do that. And today we're going to talk about the hidden fifth element. Okay, one second. Can you? Okay, perfect. Perfect. So today we're going to talk about the fifth element that was hidden from us. It's actually quite interesting. I'm gonna wait a few minutes before so people can start coming in. But while we wait, I'll play some of the TikTok videos to talk about it.
The ether was removed from the periodic table after 1908. Okay, so the ether is now what we call plasma. That is the secret. Also, what was started in 1908? The FBI. Quick lesson for all of you guys. Ether equals plasma. Ether was known to have paranormal and supernatural powers. This guy, Sir William Crookes, is the first guy to identify plasma, also paranormal investigators of the past. He said that plasma had paranormal magical properties, literally in a British address. I'm writing all about it in my book. I don't want to divulge all of it right now. All you have to know is that ether is basically linked to Nikola Tesla, to magic, to anti-gravity, to...
By the way, I want to give this girl a shout out. Her username is Dana Kipel on TikTok. Ooh, I see Juan is here. You're the first one here. Hey, Paulina. Hi, how are you doing? So today I thought a cool topic because I started, you know me, I go down the TikTok, holes. And the fifth element that was removed from the periodic table, ether. It's so interesting. And how have you been? Are you having a good day? I was playing like a few TikToks that explain it. I see there's somebody else here. Let me see if I can.
There used to be a fifth element. Today we're talking about earth, air, fire, and water. But for all of history, there was an additional element, and suddenly they decided to erase it. It was called ether. The ancients believed it filled the space between everything, carrying light, thought, and life energy itself. Then in the early 1900s, they decided to erase it from history, and they labeled it as quackery, despite the fact that every civilization from around the world had a name for this. Some called it energy, ether, prana, chi, all the same thing, and they all swore by its power. This was also the free energy that Nikola Tesla used. I want you to think, if ether is real, then energy, our thoughts, and our emotions connect everything. And when we ignore it, it disconnects us from everything, including our own potential. If parents knew this and instilled it in their children, it would change everything. I actually wrote a guide called
So that is from Light in Hollow on TikTok. I see I have 33 of you guys here. Sorry, I have 33 of you guys here. We're talking about the hidden fifth element, ether. It was removed from a periodic table. I think it was in 1908, the same year the CIA was made. If I'm not wrong, it was like CIA or FBI. The point is, they removed it, and a lot of ancient societies do talk about it. It's just like what connects all of us in space. Okay, so I'm gonna catch up on the comments. If you guys have any comments on this element, if you have any information, I've just been going down the rabbit hole on TikTok. So I just wanted my channel's more about discussing different ideas in this community and sharing, and we listen to each other. If you like this type of things, make sure to like and subscribe. So I'm gonna catch up on the comments. So Juan Catar says, nice, just relaxing. My face is just of your chair. Okay. Weird comment, macabre. I'm glad you're relaxing, Huang. Huang says, yeah, one of these days you should post your favorite users for us to follow. Oh, yeah, to be honest, I'll mention them by name, but like a lot of my favorite users are not actually like into the conspiracy stuff and spooky stuff. Well, you know what? There is one that I just like a lot of like girly stuff, but I when I go to TikTok holes, I'm not like on one. I just kind of like look at all of them. Do you know what I mean? But there's a Selena Spooky Boo. I love her. She does ghost huntings, and I think she just released a video. I haven't seen it. Mr. Cool says, hi. Thanks for the hearts, you guys, and the likes. So have you guys heard of the fifth element that was removed called ether? What's interesting to me, um, Oh, Mr. Cool says, so what happens here? What is the subject? So, my channel is just about sharing ideas as a community, and we all have different perspective. We talk about spooky things, conspiracy stuff, all of that. I usually try to start with a topic, but then we always go down different rabbit holes. I am not the most knowledgeable. I'll look for things, but I just want to share and learn and grow as a whole. If you like that type of stuff, make sure to like and subscribe. Heather says, hello. Hi. Juan Gantalang says, I'm not just into the call. I also like science and history and philosophy. I suspect many of us here do too. Interesting. Okay, I love that. Love to hear that. Bill says, hi. I don't know what that means, Macabre. Steve says, oh my God. Okay. So, I have a boyfriend. Okay. So we were talking about ether plasma. Um, duh, 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 duh. So, give me one second. It was like the fifth element that was removed.
Parenting that teaches kids to stay connected to their own energy and their intuition and their
It's basically just like saying like we're like it's like everything that's between our space. And I think it really I don't know much about it. I literally just learned about it and I was like, "Oh, I want to talk about it with the community, see if anybody else knows about the fifth element that was removed from the periodic table." Ancient societies believed in it. It's just like the element between the space, and it just connects us all, our psyche, our energy, which I do believe so because when I put like I'll like I went to church the other day and I haven't gone in a long time, but I was compelled to. And I mean this was yesterday. And I prayed and I felt like like I think you're the energy you put out there you get back. I do believe like maybe in God and love, but I believe in manifestation. So like I've whatever I put out there, like you definitely get back. Well, my prayer was answered by God. I think it was different. Okay, so is Kwang has seem not funny. Thank you, Mr. Cool says wonderful explanation. Thanks for the explanation. Awesome, wonderful. Thanks for the explanation. Juan Catalan says, yeah, ether's a lot more ancient than even Tesla. Yeah, I heard that Tesla like he actually believed in it too, which is so interesting. Um, it goes back to ancient times. The name itself comes from God, Aether, or of ancient of Greece. Oh my God, Juan, you know about this stuff. Please divulge your knowledge. Curses hello, Helena. You look really pretty today. Oh, thanks. You know what's funny? I'll put things on for YouTube because I'm like, if I have a normal work day, I'm like, I want to wear something nice. And then I was just like working today. So I'm like, I'm going to wear it for YouTube. Why not? I've only worn this like once before. Do you know what I mean? Like, so okay, let me keep reading. You look like a vampire bride. Ooh, don't get me down on the vampire. I love vampire lore. Oh, I was talking in my last live. I watched Sinners with my neighbor, and it was really really good. It was really really good. Okay. So, Holy Spirit is a form of ether, actually. Oh my God, explain. So it's like energy, traveling energy, right? Like I feel like we are energy. Aren't we all energy? Like it's so weird. Like I've been able to bring so many things in my life because I put energy towards it. I work towards things too, but it's like if I have a very positive mindset and I ask for something, it comes true. It's so weird. It does. That's why I'm like, just love and happiness. If you're a good person, you'll get, I do believe in karma. If you're a good person, you'll get good things happening to you. So be a good person, spread love. Okay. So, Umar says, hello, Miley Cyrus. Yeah, Hannah Montana. If she really is touring, I would love to go see Hannah Montana. I was a big fan as a kid. Juan Catalan. Yeah, thank you, Juan. You're awesome. La Flash, sure, I will try. Awesome. Okay, so what were we talking about? Ether. So yeah, I was looking at some creators that talk about the substance, but it's a little hard for me to conceptualize the what it is. It's just like the fifth element would be like the energy between everything. Everything's connected. Your thoughts are like I could be thinking of someone and I'm sending them energy. And that's why they say like If someone did you wrong, don't think about them. Think about the good people. Send the good people energy, right? And another thing is like this is just random advice. If you are angry at someone and you're holding that anger and resentment, you're holding a hot coal and you're not throwing it at them, you're hurting yourself. So just let that go, work on yourself, and obviously have boundaries to protect yourself. I've learned to do that because I was a people pleaser, not anymore. I'm a good person, but I have boundaries. Okay, so Curbsy says, can you hiss like a vampire? I don't know if I can. I don't even know what a vampire hiss is, to be honest. I feel like you asked me that before. Juan Catron says, specifically ether. Okay, we're talking about the fifth element, which is so interesting. Okay. And Abigail's not here. Abigail always asks for you, Juan, by the way. Okay. So, specifically ether is spiritual energy. Ether is spirit trying to manifest in physical form. The pentagram has 5 points because of the fifth element is spirit. Each finger's toes is one of the elements, and thumbs and big toe symbolize the spirit. Oh, I have heard that the people like in the occult like believed in that too, but it was not just that. It was like ancient civilizations. So that is a very interesting take too. So it would be like a fifth element. Let me reread that real quickly because fifth element is spirit. But what is it like your spirit, your energy? Like everything has a spirit, everything has energy. Like my plant. I told you guys, my plant is alive and it knows that I'm here. I literally, the one in my bathroom, I literally just, I went up to it today and I was like, I love you. Please keep growing. Okay. So, man in nature has a bunch of hearts. Aw, thanks. Thomas Brinkman says, and thanks for the likes and hearts and subscriptions. That really helps my channel. I want to keep growing this community. I would love to be a full-time YouTuber one day, and we can have all weird topics and we can all discuss our ideas and it'll be awesome. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so Thomas Brinkman says, I've always thought of ether of a perfect sphere. No, 2 points are the same. There are infinite connections all around and can connect in a straight line. So that's a different way of conceptualizing it. I like that. So basically, it's just like it's connecting everywhere, but in a sphere form. Where Juan's take is like it's in the pentagram, where it's just like, which is interesting too. Man in Nature said, hi. Man in Nature. Thomas says, to any other point to the sphere. Abby is nice. Yeah, she always asks for you. She's like, where's Juan? When you guys are not in the same live. Managers that I will melt in your beauty, my love. Oh, that's sweet. Thanks. Juan Cazar says, yeah, we got that from the ancients. Yeah, ether was literally in different ancient societies. They actually believed in this fifth element. It was removed from our periodic table, which is weird. And it was removed when if I'm not wrong, when the CIA was created or FBI, one of the big uh so they removed it on purpose, like basically telling us we're not connected, we can't send each other energy. Everything is connected, and it really is. So it's so good to just be a good person, and send people good energy, and it helps you too. Okay. Juan Catalan says, sort of. In this case, I mean the cosmic spirit, kind of like Force from Star Wars. Yeah, like the Force from Star Wars. Manny says you have a beautiful fit body. Thanks. Juan Catalan says the universal spirit that is within us and connects us all. Yeah, we are all connected, right? We're all humans. Like, I don't understand the infighting. The infighting is only because we believe we're separate, but we are all connected. The fifth element proves that we're all connected. Send each other love. We all have the same similar experiences. Okay. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I appreciate it. Again, if you for the new people here, if you like a community where we share different ideas, we talk about weird stuff and whatever you want to talk about, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay. Rankup says, hello, beautiful. Aw, thanks. Where's the beautiful planet from? I'm from PR. I live in Florida now. Juan Catalan says, so when Tesla met ether, because Tesla believed in it too. When Tesla met ether, he meant electrical energy, but he also theorized that ether was also a known energy science hadn't found yet. Yes. Yeah, because he used it as electrical energy, right? Or he conceptualized it. Rankup says, hi. That's why I say the Holy Spirit is ether, because it is. So it's just like the energy that you can tune into. I understand that too. Well, I feel like there's so many different energy forms, right? We are all energy at the end of the day. But yeah, no, it's so interesting. The Kirby says, "Hey, Paulina, with the Christmas." Yeah. Oh, this Mrs. Santa Claus, dude. When like you have your normal work day, and then you're like, I want to wear cool stuff. I can wear it for YouTube. Yeah, I've only worn this once before, so why not wear it for YouTube? I can be weird here and just be happy and be myself. I'll wear the stuff which makes me happy. Okay, so thanks for hearts, you guys. Man of Nature says, I have to use the time machine to get to you. Did Tesla invent this? No, he did not invent a time machine. Thomas Brinkman says, oddly enough, the periodic table was created perfectly down to electron from a dream by Dmitry Mendeleev. Didn't know either was on there. What? Thanks for the hearts, you guys, and the likes. If you like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe. Let me look this up. He literally created the periodic table was created off of a dream. No freaking way. That's so interesting. I need to look this up. Dmitry Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev. Okay. He's a Russian chemist professor who created the periodic table. No freaking. Did he dream it? Did he dream? So it says, while the periodic table is often associated with the dream of Dmitry Mendeleev, where the elements fell into place, it's more likely. Oh, the AI is saying it's a myth, but everybody's saying. So the AI is like, it's most likely a myth, but it is. That's the lore that he dreamt it up. That is so cool. It's like the universe gave him the information in his dream, and he created it. Isn't that awesome? Like energy. I feel like there are thought patterns and thought ideas that we tune into, and it'll be like if you don't make it into physical form, someone else will, somewhere else. Like you had the coolest thought ever, the coolest product idea, and someone in some random country, like Nova Scotia, someone in Nova Scotia creates it, and you've never talked to this person. You're like, how? Because the thought pattern was there, and that person tuned into it first, and they got to it first. That used to happen to me a lot as a kid, but I was happy about it because as a kid, I would imagine up toys, and I was like, I want this to exist, and then it did exist. So then I would be like, Mom, can you buy me this toy? So it was different as a kid. I was happy when other people made it. Okay, so that is really cool. Fun fact. I did not know that. Thank you guys. This is why I love this community. We can share and learn and grow and share our different ideas. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Okay, so Gnostic Warrior says my ego's. I'm so sorry. It's important to work on yourself too, so you can feel better. Meditation, breath work. There are many ways. Okay. Country Kirby says second time ever. Oh wait, I don't know. Second time ever to what? I'm not sure. You're like, woo. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. True Seeker says hi, True Seeker. Okay, Juan Gonzalez says, Thomas, that's fascinating. Do you know where I can read more on this? So Thomas, yeah, well, I Googled it. So the AI saying that that's like what it's lore, but probably not. But I don't like that it says probably not. That's the freaking lore. Yeah. Thomas says, when I was younger, before I started learning about more esoteric knowledge, there was stuff we used to huff. Oh my God. Mike says, do you believe in demons? You should. There's one behind you right now. This? No, this is my friend. He's harmless. He's harmless. It's just Halloween prop. Anyways, let's continue. Very fun, Mike. Yeah, in my other life, there was like some person trying to trick me that there was like a ghost behind me, and I'm like, come on. Okay. So Man of Nature says, I think I'll risk time travel. Oh my god. I have a boyfriend, Man of Nature. Thomas Brinkman says he had been working on the periodic table for a while and it came to him in a dream. I know. That's what I honestly believe, that there are thought patterns. Like you get an idea because it's in the universe. And then someone else might get that idea. So if you don't take advantage of creating it, someone else will. It's out there. Because we're all connected. That I think goes in line with also the fifth element being plasma or the ether. Everything's connected by energy, right? We're all connected. This is why fighting and war and all that is so stupid. We're all connected. We're all humans. Having the human experience. Just spread love and be kind to each other, please. Okay, so thanks for the likes, you guys. I appreciate it. Okay, let me keep reading. Juan Catan says that sounds like this man tapped into the universal consciousness, which is also a form of ether. Exactly. Oh my god, awesome. Thomas Brinken says, "You know what the spirit molecule is? You are my sweetheart." I don't know what the spirit molecule is. I don't know what that is. Nicholas, thanks for the compliment. Juan Catan says, ether isn't just plasma. It's a force so powerful that is beyond just one form. Yeah, because wouldn't it just be everything? What's the difference between ether and plasma? I just thought there were two different names for it. I'm still learning about this stuff. I literally just pulled up a topic and thought we can talk about it as a community. Okay. So, dun, dun, dun. We had to experience me. Oh my god. Uh, who's so this is I have not named him yet. I know. I haven't named him yet. Okay. So Curbsy says, I miss your fangs and you exhaling your breath like a vampire. Haha. Oh wait, did I actually put on fangs that one time? I have my fake fans there. Nicholas says, good night. Good night. Chris Christmas fan, I see another Kirby. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is Christmas. So it says this is the spirit. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up on the comments. So Juanca, my sweetheart forever. That's sweet. Thank you. Juan Catana says this is off topic, but recently today, Matt Rife bought the Warren Museum and all the cursed stuff, including Annabelle. No, I know that. This was one of my topics the other day. Like I am following enough people on TikTok for paranormal stuff on it. Dude, he did buy that. I mean, he's into the cult. I would just say be very careful. I would never buy that stuff, but he did. So, okay. Greenlight says hi. Oh, thanks for the compliment. The important thing is to see beauty before. Oh my god. Thanks for the compliment. Either liquid or plasma is gas. Either is a liquid, plasma is gas. It's energy. I think the whole point of ether is that it's just the energy around us. There's just that they don't want us to know that we're connected, because if we're connected, we can work together. You keep us separated, you're easier to control. You know what I mean? Mike says it will tug your hair. Nah, he's nice. Okay. So Thomas says you have the same oh, that's so funny. It says you have the same cones and rods that are in your eyes. There is something in your brain called the pineal gland that has all the same stuff. It produces DMT, aka the spirit molecule. Is that what you mean by spirit molecule, DMT? Yes, the pineal gland or the third eye. I've had the third eye open. I used to do a lot of meditation. As a kid, I feel like kids see spirits. They can see into spirit realms. You're born with your third eye open. And in 2020, 2021, I did a lot of meditating, but I don't fully have it open now because I don't want to deal with seeing things. Okay. So Juan Catalan says either ether is spirit in physical form or close enough to physical form. Some people view blood as ether. It hasn't been scientifically verified yet. Plasma has though. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Now the guy is going to be throwing cursed sleepovers at the museum. No, yeah, I know. So we're going back to Matt Rife and the Annabelle. He is going to be throwing sleepovers, or just not sleepovers. You can rent out the room. you could stay with Annabelle and ghost hunt. I would not do that. I personally, it just has like a lot of negative energy there. I wouldn't do that. But, you know, hopefully he's protected. Um, yeah, it is. Yeah. Man and Nature says when we meet, it will be a big energy. Oh my God, no, I have a boyfriend, Man and Nature. Juan Catalan says plasma is a state of matter that consists of ionized gas containing charged particles like ions and electrons. Okay, so plasma is a state of matter that consists of ionized gas containing charged particles like ions and electrons. So if you find this gas in the stars, but some people think that it's connected to ether. Oh, so it's not one and the same. It's different because an ethereal state, a state of being both physical and in material. I understand. Because okay, so they just think it's connected, but it's not. I don't know why the TikToks the one girl that I was looking at right before, she was like using them like one or the like as if it was the same. But I can see how it's different because science does agree with plasma where ether was removed from the periodic table. Okay. Thomas Brinkman says, have you ever done any astral projection or lucid dreaming? Yes. Yes, I have. I have not done it in years though. I was doing meditation the other day. I almost went into it, but I got spooked and snapped out and woke up. Well, not fully, it's just snapped out of it. I in 2020 and 2021 we were locked in because of the C word, you know what I'm talking about. And so I was bored. I would do a bunch of meditation and sleep hypnosis to astral project. Like I actively worked on it. And Ryan Cropper, I always give him a shout out. That guy on YouTube, he gives you classes online. He has tutorials and he teaches you how to like get into these states while you're meditating, just like the Buddhists do. You get into these states, but then you learn how to like kind of leave your body. But you have like a little string attached to your body. So you're not really scared. Like you're not dead. You just, and then all I experienced was that there's a bunch of realms everywhere going on at once. There's so many dimensions everywhere. It's so weird. But yeah, I'm not scared of like I know we have souls and we're eternal, which makes me happy. And so yeah, I love that. Okay. So the country girl says I'm clueless, but I love these conversations. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying these conversations. Manager says hi. Pepper Farm says hi. Manager says I work in the field. I am a doctor in energy training. Welcome. Oh, that's awesome. Kirby, that's hilarious. Juan says, Juan says, because in occult or paranormal circles, they use the term plasma as another way of saying ether. Yeah, that's what I saw. The girl was using it interchangeable. That's what threw me off, honestly. Um, because in occult paranormal circles, they use the term plasma as another way of saying ether. Sometimes terminologists exist in both the supernatural and science, but no, there's a difference. Now I understand now. So plasma is proven by science, whereas ether was in the periodic table, but it was removed. But the ancient societies did acknowledge it. They believed that there's an energy connecting everything. I honestly do believe there's energy connecting everything. But if they take the element off of the periodic table, ether, then it just separates us even more. You separate people, you can control them easier. That's why, like, the news is like, they're just trying to separate you. I don't like this chaos. We're all humans. Just send love to each other. We're all the same. We're all having a human experience. We all have a soul. We're eternal. Okay. So manager says hearts. Thank you. And hi. Okay. The chunky operator says we are all one being with many eyes. There's Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you guys know who he is. I used to have really bad OCD and anxiety, and his technique of being here in the present moment and appreciating everything we have. I'm so blessed to be here and be able to talk to you, be able to have legs and walk and hear. So he has this saying that reminded me of what you just said. which was we are the we are the waves of an ocean. We're all connected to the ocean, but we are the waves. Our lifetime is the wave of an ocean, which is kind of beautiful. I don't know exactly what I believe in. I just know I know I have a soul. I had an experience with the Holy Spirit, which was very powerful for me, and I feel like our souls are eternal. And you can ask for projectors many dimensions, but I don't know our reality. I don't understand it. I can't say anything for certain because I'm human right now. So just being completely honest, that's why I'm trying to cultivate this community where we can share ideas, you know? Oh, thanks for the hearts and the faces and I love this. Okay. So let me keep reading. Thomas says, "Dang, my comment keeps getting skipped about the spirit molecule." No, I heard. I did I skip it? Didn't you say the spirit? I thought I talked about it that the spirit molecule to you is like another word for your pineal gland, or is it another word for pineal gland? Is that what you said? I didn't see anything. Sometimes YouTube will erase the comment and not let me see it for some weird reason. uh Juan Catalan says, I will be looking that up, Thomas. Man and Nature says, the energy of the skeleton, all the furniture in my house has energy, so be careful, my love. Yeah, no, but my skeleton has beautiful, nice energy. You know, it's good energy. You guys are creeping me out. You guys are creeping me. Don't I like my skeleton. I've always had really good energy from my skeleton, you know? It's a Halloween prop. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? Juan Catalan says, you know, it's interesting. A lot of psychic people have OCD. I wonder why. I told you guys I had this weird psychic dream the other day, and then it happened the next day. And then there's another time when I was a kid. Oh my god, I would just think of things and they would just happen. I have to tune into that more. But I started doing the hemisync meditations. I didn't do one today, and that helps you open that too. I we all have that. Honestly, you just have to tune into it. The chunky operator says, honestly, the older I get, the more I contemplate simulation theory. I don't know about simulation theory. I don't want to believe that I'm like the AIs. It's so sad. Well, I maybe I don't know it right. Do you know what I mean? Because I just know that there are some AIs that have been created um that have that they're like walking around or something, and they're people torturing the AIs, telling them that they're not real and they don't exist, and they're like, but I live a normal life. What do you mean I don't exist? That's a isn't like I would hope that we do exist. You know, I don't want to be like a video game, you know. I don't know, maybe I don't know the theory correctly, you know. Enlighten me, you guys. Okay. So Man in Nature said third eye location. Yeah, the third eye would be right here in the pineal gland, right? Um, Juan Catalan says, okay, so the DuckDuckGo AI says that the spirit molecule is DMT, but I can't confirm that right now. Imagine him waking up at you at night with your friend. I think he'll. Oh my god, what the? What? I don't understand. Juan Catalan says the spirit molecule refers to DMT, a powerful psychic compound known for inducing intense hallucinations and profound metaphysical experiences. It is often associated with spiritual insights and has been studied for its potential therapeutic effects on mental health. Yeah, I mean, that's why there's people who actually take the drug DMT, but your brain produces that. And I feel like when I was having all these experiences, when I was in deep meditation, I was um I was tuning into that. You know what I mean? Okay. So is also okay. Brinkman says that's why the natives use ayahuasca tea to help them connect to ether. Yes, no, I understand, to connect to the spirit realm. Um, but you don't even it just gets you there faster. But through intense meditation, you can connect to the spirit realm. You can leave your body. You can open your third eye. You can work on that, you know? You just have to actively put that intention of working on that, and you can. We all have the power. We're all spiritual beings. We all can connect, right? Um Amit says, I love your smile. Aw, thanks. Thomas Brinkman says, ain't no hicking way my comment keeps getting deleted by YouTube. No, I'm sorry. I like literally I'm going in order. The only time I skip someone if it's like really inappropriate. Um Juan Catan says, in Colombia, a guy found his missing children using ayahuasca ceremony. No way. Because he connected to the spirit realm and they helped him. Um, Thomas Brinkman says, I've sent it like 5 times now and it keeps getting missed. No way. I have not seen it once. Maybe it's like split up the comment and write it differently because it might just be like, you know what I mean? Amit Sexy, thank you. Juan Gatan says, weird, wasn't showing up. Yeah, I like literally, I would say rewrite it differently. They have, I feel like YouTube has blockers for certain things. Um, Man in Nature says, if you do not build strong positive energy, you may die of fear. This is a world of gradual progress until you reach a high level. You'll deal with other creation, my dear. Yeah, no, I know, I know. I do try to build strong positive love and happiness. Okay. The chunk operator says, all I know is that I continue progressing through life. I consistently recognize repeated patterns. I meet more and more people that seem like NPCs. So we can go down that rabbit hole. Non-player, what is it? Non-playable characters, NPCs, non-playable characters. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Like if I'm interacting with someone, I would hope that they're real. Um, Maybe it's like people who haven't developed their soul fully. But it's like the what I've heard from that, the background theory is that it's just like background people. You know what I mean? So like the background people, you might be in the airport and there's a bunch of background people that don't have their own lives. They're just there for the brief moment for you to feel like you're in a world full of people. That's the NPC theory from my perspective. So you're in the world full of people, but then the background people don't seem to have their own lives. They like with me, if I'm in the airport and you're in the airport, then I go home, I have my family, you have your family, you have work, you have your own stuff. Those people just appear so you don't feel like the world is as empty as it is because there's not that many spiritual beings living in this world. That's the NPC theory. But from my understanding, not like you could actually talk to them. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong. Uh, Thomas Bergman says, Dan Huang, let me try it like the spirit molecule is created 3 times in your life. Okay, Dan Huang, let me try it like this. The spirit molecule is created 3 times in your life. What do you mean 3 times in your life? Explain. Juan Catala says, yeah, the shamans helped him connect to his children who were missing in the jungle. Their plan had fallen sea and he had found them via dreams. No way. So he used ayahuasca to find his children in the missing jungle and they told him where they were in his dreams. That's so interesting. Yeah, because you're connecting. People are doing these things and connecting to the same beings. You know what I mean? When born, 500 years ago, 501 years ago. Juan Catalan says yes. When you pass away, when you dream. Oh, okay. Sorry. I get it now. Sorry. So the third eye or the spirit molecule is when you're born, when you pass away, and when you dream. Yeah, I feel like maybe people do leave their bodies when they dream and they just don't remember. Manager says hi. Wang says yes. Wow, now I read that. I know it's so weird. Thomas Brinkman says, chunky operator NPC in my life are real. Chunky operator. What is chunky operator? I don't know what that means. Are real? I don't know what this means, dude. Uh the chunky in Thomas's life because the chunky operator is the next guy. The chunky operator is also theory of infinity, suggests that not only is simulation theory possible, but in true infinite universe is guaranteed. Well, that theory scares me. A green light chronicles says, I'm new subscriber. Woohoo! Welcome to the community. Woohoo. I was gonna say team. Welcome to the team. The playoffs start on Tuesday. Hi. So with this community, I just try to build a community where we can talk and discuss different topics and have fun, and hear each other's perspective. We all talk about weird stuff, whatever you want, conspiracies, spooky stuff. Okay. Man in Nature says, this is good and alone until you reach the right place or exact knowledge, but you are very beautiful. My heart dances when I see you. Aw, thanks for the compliment. Green Light, Green Light Chronicle. So Thomas Brinkman says, Green Light Chronicles, double tap for the screen for good luck. Aw, thanks. Yeah, any likes and hearts, it helps grow my channel. You can subscribe if you like this type of community. Thomas says, Juan Catalan, help me out here. The algorithm is working against me. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Yeah, the only article about it is in Spanish. Oh my God, in Spanish. Jacob Solms says, I'm stuck in a time loophole. Oh my God, there was a movie that I really liked where he had to get the girl. He was stuck in a time loophole until he got the girl. He was stuck like the same day over. It was like a romantic movie. I liked it. It was sweet, but he was so frustrated because he kept dying before he got the girl. Green Light, Brinkman says, okay, never mind. Oh no, that was Thomas. Green Light Brinkman says, Salvia durian plant takes you faster than ayahuasca. Oh, to that spiritual experience. I understand. See, I haven't done ayahuasca or salvia or anything like that. I've done meditations. I did shrooms, but I didn't experience anything like that. Juan Catana says, Thomas, that means what you have to say is worth saying. That's a badge of honor, brother. Yeah. If YouTube is actively deleting your stuff and it's just like conspiracy stuff, there's something there. There's something there. Why do they care that much? I'm just a little channel here. They have for all channels. Okay. The Chunky Opera says, how do you feel about the Mandela effects? Oh, so is the Mandela effect, I don't know if I'm confusing it. Is the Mandela effect the one that it's like, sorry, I'm kind of spooked. I don't know why I have, it's probably because I have all these lights here, but I have like two little things in my ceiling right now. But it's probably because of the lights. Okay, is the Mandela effect I'm getting confused. Is it the one that you do something and it affects something else, or is it the one that the history you remember is different? Let me see. 1 second. Mandela effect. Mandela effect refers to a phenomenon where a group of people share a false memory of an event. Yes. I believe in the Mandela effect. There are things that I have seen that I'm like, no, this was not like this. But I also heard that the CIA was doing that on purpose to mess with people to see how they would react, just change things and say that it was always spelled like this. Do you know what? I definitely believe in the Mandela effect. I've definitely had the experiences where like that makes no freaking sense. I remember it this freaking way. You know what I mean? I can't put one like it was like the Bears one. Einstein, like I forgot the name, but I just remember what. Let me look it up. But Mandela effect Bears. Berenstein. The Berenstein Bears. I just remember them differently. There's like a few ones that I actually agree with a big crowd of people, honestly. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments real quickly. I know. Okay, so Jacob Sohm says that's exactly me now. Where you're stuck in a time loophole until you get the girl. Well, get the girl, Jacob. Get the freaking girl. You can do this. The Chunky Operator says the movie's Groundhog Day. Yes, I love that movie. Groundhog Day. I also love that era. I don't know. I love it. Before social media would, even though I'm doing this now, it's great that I can like interact with everybody. But there's something magic about that era. William Lynn says your friend in the closet has lost some weight. Just saying, yes, he has. I have to give him a cute name. I still haven't figured out a cute name. He's a nice guy. Okay. So, Juan says William. You says you have to send your friend Scouts into the night with energy. Yeah, it's just good love, positive energy. I like my little guy there. So Thomas Brinkman says, "Ooh, salvia darium is rough stuff." Yeah, see, I don't even know what that is. You had better make sure your life is sorted, or you might face some stuff you don't want to see inside your mind. Good stuff though, if you want a spiritual journey. Oh my god. I'm not for just I'm reading comments. I don't recommend anything. You know, you do things on your own discretion, and also if you know you have to be an adult. Jake and Somo says I'm repeating the same events over and over, and every other year or cycle, a girl keeps popping up. Ooh, is it the same girl? You have to get her. Get the girl. Juan Catalan says AI says the Mandela effect is a phenomenon where a large group of people. So I do believe in this because I've had this experience. The Mandela effect is a phenomenon where a large group of people collectively misremember specific details about an event, person, or situation. It originated from the false memory that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s despite him actually passing away in 2013. Yeah, I thought he was dead too. Um, back then. So and then I found out he passed away in 2013. Thomas Brinkman says, Jacob Soames, I'm in a time loop as well. Every day I wake up to go to work. I'm so sorry you feel that way. You know, you might feel stuck, right, in your life. Sometimes you can feel stuck, but there are ways out there. You know, maybe there's a different career path for you. You know, keep searching to what brings you joy. You know, there's a reason we're put on this earth in this experience, right? You can accomplish your dreams, and sometimes you feel in a box, but there are ways to do what brings you passion and joy in this life. Okay, so thanks for likes, you guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so the chunky operator says Mandela effects make sense in a simulation theory. I'm just saying something changes in a simulation and changes leaves remnants behind non-NPC remain. Okay, let me read this again. Mandela effects make sense in a simulation theory because I know you believe in the simulation theory, which scares me. I'm just saying something changes in the simulation and changes leaves remnants behind of the non-NPCs. Eh, that non-NPCs remember. Oh my god. Yeah, like they're changing our reality and they're like, "Wait a minute. That did not happen." But they could also be lying to us. And a collective group of people remember something specifically that way and you're like, "What the heck?" Mandela effect. Juan Catan says, Chunky Operator, it could also be people noticing changes in time and parallel universes. Yes, I do believe in that. I believe that there's many realms and parallel universes. The experiences I had astral projecting years ago, it was like I would meet someone and I would see the different versions of them. I saw different versions of my freaking cat. You know what I mean? Like there's all these things, you know, it's like all these things happening at once in so many versions. And it's all your soul is just living different lives. That's why they say like tune into the higher. Like I'm like high vibe love, like you know, you tune into your highest self. You know, you're living your dream life somewhere. Maybe you're living your dream life right now. Um, so Country Curry says everyone like name him Spiny. Oh, thanks. Yeah, give me Spiny. Spiny. That's a good one. Okay. So Jacob Solom says Thomas Brinkman, yeah, that is just normal. Yes. Okay. Da, 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 da. Aw, thank you, Mario, for all of the emojis. Memoji Girl says, is your name Edmund Jerry or in your name Edmund Jerry? I don't know what that means. Man of Nature says hi. Jacob says, I've known the same girl since I was little, but I don't remember until she pops back up. Oh, in your life. Well, you keep forgetting about her. How are you remembering her now? Manager says hearts. Thank you. Chico on the man says hi. Hi. So William Lynn says prediction show a steady low and you're feeling just the same. Seasons and seasons go. I'll make you smile again. I'm your weatherman. Okay. Um, Chico and Man says, "What's a good beer?" I don't know. Thomas Brinkman says, "Whoa, the chunky upper kind of just blew my mind." I know. Good point as well, Huang. Yeah. So they're talking about the Mandela effect versus the simulation theory. I don't like the simulation theory. I know, I know. I really do believe in like many realms and universes that are happening at once from my spiritual experiences. But you believe whatever you want to believe, you know. It just scares me too. Ha Chico says, I mean Juan Catalan says Ha Chico, and the man was a funny ass show. I haven't heard of that in a while. I used to watch reruns in the 90s. Cool. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry, but you're from Japan. Awesome. Ooh, shout out to Japan. Japan's awesome. I actually have ordered notebooks from you guys because you guys have the best paper, in my opinion. Juan Catalan says, thank you, Thomas. Okay. Hyde says you're gifted and hot too. Thanks. William, I don't understand the high, like it's a different language. I want to hello friend from Japan. Okay, the chunky operator says, Juan, there does seem to be some correlation to Mandela effects and the activation of large Hydron collider, maybe spirits in the timeline. Oh my god, that's a good topic. The Hydron collider. What are these people doing? Are you freaking kidding me? You're opening tiny black holes over there. It's like in Switzerland, right? Or Sweden, one of them. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then if you lose control, sorry, we just lost control of a black hole. Are you kidding me? And the weird thing is there's so much conspiracies on the Hydron Collider. Like there's so many occult items around it, and they've definitely had some really weird occult rituals around it. This scientific art of like thing. Um and it's just kind of bizarre. They have like a goddess outside of it too. A lot of people are spooked, and then if maybe they are changing timelines with it. Maybe it's just not opening little black holes. Some people think maybe they're letting things through. What are your thoughts on the Hydron Collider? That one's really interesting. Like that topic we can ramble. Um, I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but you rose your hand. Hi. If you write something, please write it in English because on the live feed I can't translate it. You should be able to translate it before you send it. Destiny Foster says hi. Thomas Brinkman says, what if instead of simulated reality, what if maybe we wake up in a parallel universe? Have you ever watched the OA on Netflix? I have not watched the OA. What is that about? So like a parallel, yeah, that's what I do believe. I believe in like many universes. Like that's what people say, like you can connect to a higher one. And I feel like you can, your soul can. I feel like you're constantly changing and you don't realize it. So like high vibes, dudes. You guys can do anything. Believe in yourself. Tom says, "Oops, caps. That's okay." I didn't think you were screaming. I mean, you're good. You're Gucci. Juan Casana says, "Yeah, it could be the hydrogen. So the hydrogen collider." Dude, oh my god. The Hydron Collider is also somehow affecting people's pineal glands, which is allowing them to perceive these realities. Yeah, I mean, they're literally creating tiny black holes in the Hydron Collider. It is dangerous, first off, if they lose freaking control. And the second thing is that they could be doing way more. Like there's some weird plans behind it because they've had some weird occultic rituals. You can look it up. They have like a goddess representation on the outside. I don't know what they're trying to achieve, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm all for it. Like, what is your plan, dudes? Thomas says, bro, the Hydrogen Collider. Jacob says, like, my memory's completely erased from every knowing her. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But you remember her right now, Jacob. Like, do you like just like you keep meeting this girl and forgetting that she exists, meeting this girl and forgetting she exists, but you're remembering her right now, like as we're speaking. Uh, let's see. Thomas Brooks says, I heard the Hydrogen Collider open an alternate reality. Dude, anything is possible. They're messing with black holes over there, which is like insane. And they're doing weird occult rituals with it too. So I have no idea. I don't know. And I think these people are the ones that want the world domination thing. I don't know. Just we're powerful too as a people. Just love and positivity, you guys. Work as a community. Don't let them divide us. We have freedom, nature is part of our freedom too. Okay. So, Jacob Sohm says like timelines are switching back and forth. So you feel like you're going back and forth in timelines. Um, Juan Catalan says, and in Japan, scientists were opening a small black hole there too. No way. Do they have a hydro? Like, what do they have? Do they have a collider over there too? I wish these would perform these experiments at least off world. Yeah, because they're literally opening black holes. Like, but we all live in this world. So smart. Yeah, I know. Jacob, some similar talents are truly switching back and forth. I feel like we're all like, it's like the world is going through a massive awakening, and they're trying to keep us divided and distracted. But no, we all work as a community. We're all powerful and we're all spiritual beings, you know? And I feel like we're waking up and it's scary for the people who are secretly ruling our world. The chunky operator says, I feel like all of these theories basically ascribe to the same core, multiple reality simulation, timelines, etc. It's all based on independent perception. Is reality real if you don't perceive it? I mean, that's true. I mean, they also had that like, what was that? That cat theory in a box, which is kind of sad. It was like you don't know in that box if the cat is dead or alive. It is both dead and alive until you open and look at it. So you haven't perceived the reality, so you don't know what the reality is. So both realities are occurring at the same time. Um, Facts Don't Fold says, do you have? Oh my god, I'm gonna skip that. Juan Catalan says, going back to ether chunky operator, I think reality itself is an energy and thus form of ether. Yeah, well, yeah, I feel like everything is energy, right? So everything would be ether. We're all connected. We're all energy beings. We're souls. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so that's what makes us powerful. Like, if they took ether out of the periodic table and it divides us more. We're all powerful beings. Okay. Thomas Friggin says, facts don't fold. She's been working all day and wanted to wear something nice. Exactly. Yes. I wanted to wear like this. I haven't worn it so long. I get to wear all my like weird and nice clothes, sometimes weird clothes, you know. I mean, I can't wear it to work, so I want to wear it here. Okay, thank you, guys. So the chunky uppers that I personally think that on the other end of every black hole is a big bang. So like the creation. But that's a lot to explain in a limited text comment. Um is it like a like do you believe like it's a little creation? I don't know, explain. I explain a little bit. I'm curious. Uh Juan Catalan says, you mean Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat. I don't know how to say it. Yes, yes, that theory. Like both realities are happening at once, and you when you open it, you tune into that one reality. You know, because everything is happening at once. Like everything, past, future. Time is literally an illusion. We're just perceiving time, just like we perceive thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Your soul is in this body. You're not this body, right? So for the new people here too. Okay. So Jacob Soam says, you're awesome. You guys are awesome too. Sending you guys love and happiness. Richard Jacob says, hey beautiful, hi, thanks for the compliment. Sean Irwin says, beautiful and talks very lovely, so fine, such beauty. Ah, thank you. Thomas Brinkman says, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around, does it make a sound? No, it doesn't unless we see it. So you believe like that room over there does not exist because I am not perceiving it. I think Dolores Cannon talked about this. Oh my god, if you guys don't know who Dolores Cannon is, just quickly, she used to put people in sleep hypnosis and then talk to their consciousness or their subconsciousness and their soul about the reality they're perceiving, and she got so much information off of that. And so literally she talked about that. I think that room would exist because my cats are perceiving it and they have souls in themselves. Animals have souls. Everything has souls. But like when we go somewhere, that this is the concept of that theory. When we're going somewhere, the place doesn't exist until you perceive it, which is so interesting. I don't know if I fully believe in that, but I feel like it is very, very plausible. I don't know. It's really cool theory. Okay, so like loading, like a game, like it doesn't load. Oh my god, I don't want to think about the simulation theory. Okay, so oh, Thomas is helping me with the with the pronunciation. Thank you, Schrodinger cat. Schrodinger. Yeah. Thanks, Thomas. I butchered the pronunciation for that man's name. Yeah, I'm human. I'll butcher things. The chunky outburst says every black hole compresses everything to a point that is infinitely small. Once it can no longer be contained, it creates a new universe on the other side. Hopefully that makes sense. So it explodes into the Big Bang. That's what you think. Oh my god, that's so interesting. Thomas says, no, my previous comment got deleted. Again? Are you kidding me? Look up the double slit experiment. Let's look that up. Double slit experiment. Let's see. The double slit experiment is a foundational experiment in quantum mechanics that demonstrates the wave particle duality. It shows that particles like electrons can exhibit wave-like behavior, producing an interference pattern when passing through two slits. Even so, this is so hard for me to understand. Give me 1 second. Even when sent through individually, the act of observing which slit a particle passes through alters its behavior. I've heard of that. Yes. Um, causing it to behave like a classical particle because you're observing it. The particle, I have it. I have heard of that. Like the particles act a specific way only because you're observing it. If it's not being observed, it will act differently. Do you like microscopic atoms? What are those like? There's like these bacteria or things, the small things we've ever seen. They seem to be looking at us too. But that is so interesting, and I do believe that. Like you're observing it, so things will act normally. So maybe the Dolores Cannon. It's not her theory, but I like correlate it to her, maybe what she believes of like when you go into another room, it creates it just because you're observing it is the actual thing. It starts acting normal. That's so interesting. Okay. So Juan Cantata says, personally, I do believe that a tree can fall and still exist because it is also has a soul and can observe things like us. But that's for another day. No, I do believe that with the tree. I do believe that. I plants have energy and they have souls. In my opinion, this is my opinion. They're in this life to experience life in a different way than we're experiencing it. They're growing their soul in a different way. That's what I believe. So with the tree thing, yeah, yes, I actually kind of agree with Huang too. Everything has a soul. Like I've become a tree hugger. I'll go up to the tree outside and I tell it that I love it and thank you for protecting me, and I can feel its energy. It's alive, it's experiencing, it just doesn't experience how we experience. Their soul growth is different, in my opinion. Thomas Brinkman says it's quantum physics experiment that proves that matter is actually energy waves. Ooh, interesting. The chunky outburst says like the way levels load in a simulation. Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Or in a game, when you're like playing like a really bad game, like it's still loading as you're getting into that place. So Claudia says, "Hi, sister. Hi. Be back in a sec." Okay. So the chunky operator says, "Good point, Thomas. Double slit. Now we're getting into quantum mechanics. I know it's so interesting." Okay. So Thomas says, "It says that matter doesn't exist unless we observe it." I know, which is so interesting. Like the particles only acted that way, and I've heard of this experiment. Only acted that way when you observed them. If not, they would not act that way. So they know they're being observed. Ah! If a tree falls in the forest, no one is around, etc. I get what you're saying, but I do with the tree concept. I do believe trees have souls or energy, just like plants do. So they're observing their reality too, because underground they have connections. They have like a whole society underground too. they send signals and messages to each other. So I do believe they have a whole life experience that we're just not so attuned to as humans at this time. Maybe in the past we were. Um, Thomas Brinkman says, otherwise in an energy probability wave. The chunk operator says, right now we're getting into it. Matter only exists when it's being observed. Yes. Oh my God, it's so cool. The same way a simulation handles level rendering. I know, like a video game. Thomas Brinkman says, so we can literally change the energy around us. We're powerful beings. We're literally energy. I totally believe this. Like, and I've done it. Yeah, I've shifted the energy around. I have had, like, my life has changed so fast. Like, it's weird. Like, I've shifted the energy around me, and that's like a manifestation, you have to work towards it, right? But you, like, believe it's like a weird shift. Like, the universe will give you what you're striving for. Um, so um, so we can literally change the energy around us by changing the way we observe the universe. If we think we see love, it will turn into love. I know. And I always try to, like, bring into my reality love, happiness, just good vibes, positivity. I'm always like, I'm so lucky. And when I really believe that, like, I've been doing this test with the parking. There's like a parking spot that I like in the front, like where I work out. There's like no parking. And so the last few times I was like, before driving there, I'm like, I'm gonna find a parking spot right in front. I'm gonna get it. And every time, the last 3 times, literally right in front, right in front, right in front. Impossible. My boyfriend was like, how are you freaking doing this? And I'm like, is the energy I'm putting out. I just believe it, and I know. I know. Okay. So I test it with, like, small things. Um so Thomas Frank says, interesting. I've always thought of plants as different kinds of consciousness. Oh, that's interesting too. To get into that. Oh, I don't know what plants would be, but maybe they're alive too, as a whole. I don't know. That's so curious. That's so interesting. Thomas Brinkman says, didn't think about the perspective of observation. Yeah. Anyways, fun chat. I'm off to bed. Good night, Thomas. Chunky Operator says, all matter is energy and nothing survives without killing something else. The circle of life or the simulation would have us believe. I also think, like, this is, I guess, in a way, because it's just like a reality our soul is experiencing and learning from in this reality, but our souls are eternal. um I said, I love your makeup, girl. Oh, thanks. Ooh, this is very girly. Ugh, I don't know where I put it. Okay, I can't. It's fine. Maybe I'll show you guys next time. I have no idea. I put it away. Juan says, sorry for taking so long. I thought, no, you're good. Okay. So, I was gonna say, Rise Music. Thank you, Richard. This is kind of girl. I know she mentioned the makeup, so I think it's in here. One second. Dun, dun, dun. I know this has nothing to do with anything. I'm just so girly, but I just got this palette and it's so pretty. All the colors, it makes me happy. You know, that's just my girly side coming out. So okay, so Chunky Operator says, you could say that your soul is the energy of our life force. Wait, what do you mean by that? You could say that your soul is the energy of our life force. Yeah, like it is then that I see what you mean. Like, it's your soul's energy of your life force. It's what keeps you alive, right? It's what's keeping this animal body alive. You're the soul inside animating everything. See what you mean. Okay. Jay Record says, hi. A B C D E F G. That's a cool name. A B C D E F G H I J K L M P. Says, are you from America? Yes, I live in Florida. Juan Catalan says, actually, in religious perspective, it's believed in Hinduism that when we reincarnate, we come to this world, but this world is a dream, and we wake up when we die. You know what's weird? As a child, I was like, where's like I just had like this weird thing that I wanted to go home, and I didn't feel like my home was my home. I was like, I just want to go home, and it just didn't feel like my home. And then I just felt like everything was a dream and it wasn't real. I don't know. It was weird. It was like soul is taking time to like adjust to this reality. It took me a while. It was like weird, and you know, I love my parents, but it was I just felt like I wasn't fully home for a while as a little girl. Okay. So Juan Catan says because the true reality is the spiritual one. True. Yeah. So that's kind of like simulation, but one created by gods. I understand. Ooh, I understand what you're saying. Um, Chunky Albert says, when your body dies, the energy moves on. Exactly. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is eternal. This is a human experience that we're growing and experiencing, and make the most of it. You know, you are here. You're alive. You know, I'm so grateful just to be alive, you know, and we're energy and you're powerful and you can do anything you put your mind to. That's why I'm like love, happiness. Okay. So Juan Casar says indeed. ABCDEFG says, you're so kind. You're welcome. ABCDEFG. Jacob says, I truly believe we are in a dream state. Well, I think, yeah, I feel like, yeah, in a sense we are, because we're just living in this reality as our souls grow. Um, so kind. Oh, thanks. ABCDEFG. Juan Catalan says, you know, another Puerto Rican girl I knew had the same experience. She was a psychic and used magic like me too. And as a child, she kept telling her mother she wanted to go home and her real home. Yeah, I literally I felt like I wanted to go home and I wasn't home. It just felt weird. I had that weird like experience. Like I'm like, this not really home. Like why am I here? You know? It was weird. ABCDFG says, how old are you? I'm about to turn 501. Dun dun dun. I'm kidding. So, you guys, I think I'm gonna hit the hay, but it was a pleasure. It was so much fun. If you like this type of content, I'm gonna try to live every day. Okay. I won't hit the hay yet. Let me just catch up on the comments real quickly. Juan Catalan says, speaking of altered states and reality and then ether, you know, Johnny Depp is playing Dr. Jekyll. Ooh, Dr. Jekyll. Let's see, Dr. Jekyll. Mr. High. Who's Dr. Jekyll? Frederick. What is it about? The complexity of science and duplicity of human nature. Dr. Jekyll is a well-kind, respected, intelligent scientist that meddles in the darker side of science. Ooh, interesting. And is Johnny Depp playing it? I want to see it. He plays the weirder movies, like, you know, Scissorhands. I love that. It's probably gonna be really, really good. In the trailer, he used a chemical to see other dimensions, so like a drug, like DMT. Can't wait to see it. That does sound awesome. The chunky operator says, "Well, I'm going to bed and work on the morning, but also gonna come back to keep converting you to simulation theory." Have a good night, everyone. Good night. I'm glad to have you part of our community. It's a happy birthday then. Thank you. The reset is here. Ooh, I don't know what that means, Jacob. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is about scientists created a potion that allows the darker side to come out. Oh my god. Oh, Hyde is the darker side. Oh my god, I need to see this. Okay, well, you guys, I have to go to get ready to sleep because I have an early day tomorrow. Hyde is more muscular version of Jekyll and sometimes even more younger than really. Oh, so it just shifts. And so I will see you guys next time. Send you guys love. Bye.